Hey, look who it is. Oh, hey. Hey everyone, it's Chris Kane here. Hey Curly, did you learn how to use Light Up from Professor Oak's assistant too? What? You didn't learn it, but Gohan did? What? The partner of yours is really amazing, Curly. Hey, I know what. Hey, you know what? I actually know a place where you can use it. Want me to take you there? Sure, let's go together. Alright. We'll be there in no time, come on! Which is really nice, because he goes ahead and just teleports us where we need to go, which is right over here. So, just east here from Cerulean City. That's this direction, got it? Just keep going that way and you will eventually hit this cave system called the Rock Tunnel. I hear it's pitch black. If you use Light Up, though, you don't have to be scared of the dark. See you around. This is Chris Kane signing out. I thought that was Kane that made the Eevee sound. Whoa, there's Arcanine. Little bit of a quick introduction, I guess. Yeah, this is one of the main reasons why I wanted to get Arcanine, because he looks so fucking cool and you can ride him in this game. Like, god damn it, bro. The fact that I get to ride my favorite Pokemon, just fucking running around a giant dog, this game is the best. Honestly. You have Pokemon with you. You're my easy target. What? Just because I have Pokemon on me, I'm an easy target? Wow, rude, Picnicker Alicia, but okay. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and make our way now. So we took on Lieutenant Surge. We made our way back up all the way to Cerulean City. And we're going over here to the right of Cerulean City. We're gonna go and make our way through the Rock Tunnel. The Rock Tunnel used to be one of the worst places in the original Red and Blue. It was similar to the Mount Moon, how I was saying early on. That Mount Moon just really sucked. But this time it actually wasn't all that bad. Just because, you know, we had to not deal with all of the Pokemon. Like, I know in between episodes I kind of had to deal with the Pokemon because a lot of them were spawning, so I kept randomly having to dodge Geodude and Zubats and stuff like that. But like I've said before, the mechanics in this game make it a lot easier to just traverse through the world, where it's kind of like you legitimately want to go and look at stuff and, you know, walk around. Whereas before it was kind of like you had to weigh your options of whether or not you wanted to, like, encounter that battle or go through all those trainers. Like, in this game it's kind of like, no, I want to go and do all the things and look around, and, like, I want to battle because I'm kind of under-leveled. Which I feel like it's only a problem that happens with me. I don't know what it is, but battles in this game really do not give you a lot of experience. Like, I know I've been skipping a lot of battles, like I haven't been showing, I've been editing them out, but I've been doing all the battles that are around, right? It's not like I leave no trainer unturned. So I'll battle everyone. But just for whatever reason, I don't feel like any of the trainers actually give you a lot of experience, and they're not like they're super under-leveled, because they're either around my level or generally above, it seems to be the deal. There's a Nido over there, Nido King, or geez, neither of those things. There's a Nidorino, that's what I mean, so you can actually catch yourself a Nidorino if you didn't already have one. But I feel like all of the trainers, they have, like, generally, you know, relatively leveled Pokemon to mine, but I'm just not getting any experience whatsoever. And there's not really much that I can do about it. I know that the experience share is active, but ever since, you know, X and Y, they've made it so that your main Pokemon gets, you know, all the experience that they could have gotten, and your side Pokemon just get like half of that or something like that. So ideally, everyone should be a lot stronger, but they're really not. Like, this guy, oh boy, he's using Dig also. Well, that's not good, because that's going to straight up kill me. Just because he's a ground type, so he has the advantage. That really hurts. Alright, well, I might actually have to switch here, going to Gohan, because I'm apparently having trouble already with an Onix. It might just be the Pokemon that I'm using. Maybe it's just because, you know, Arcanine is a fully evolved Pokemon. And the thing is, excuse me, fully evolved Pokemon, they take longer to level up, obviously. Now I have two of them. So that may be why, you know, for example, Gohan's a not fully evolved Pokemon, so he's a higher level than most of my party. Granted, I've also had him since the beginning, but Arcanine is taking forever. Nidoking is going to take a while. So that might be why everyone's like that, and I do have the Beedrill, who's also another fully evolved Pokemon. So that might add on to the fact of why everyone is taking so long to, you know, get to a decent level, but I feel like I'm pretty under-leveled. Lieutenant Surge already had, you know, level 225s and a 26. I barely have a 24 on me, so I don't know. But that has led to my theory that I believe that the main thing you want to really do in this game in order to, like, level up or progress is really to catch Pokemon. Which makes perfect sense considering, you know, this is Pokemon Let's Go, and the main sort of mechanic of the game is catching Pokemon, and how they've changed the core mechanic of catching Pokemon to not battling the Pokemon, but rather you just using the Pokemon Go features to catch Pokemon. So they've definitely buffed, I would say, catching Pokemon, but I don't know. I feel like battling is just really not that great. And it always confuses me when, like, I read posts online and people talk about how this game is so easy, and I'm just like, how is this game easy? I wouldn't say it's the hardest Pokemon game in the world. It definitely is not. But I would not say it's, like, the easiest thing in the world. And I've definitely had a challenge or two. I haven't been able to, like, necessarily play this blind. But then again, I haven't exactly been playing it, like, super optimally, I guess. I don't know. Maybe everyone's just better at Pokemon than me. I don't know what the deal is. That's just my small rant, I guess, on the difficulty of this game. Which kind of makes me segue into another thing that I wanted to talk about really quickly. Because one of the things that I've noticed is, like, for example, like I've said, the mechanics in this game are completely different from, like, other Pokemon games, right? And then you have already, you know, Pokemon Go, which was already a thing of its own, and for a very long time, up until now, just recently, oof, that sucks, bro. Gonna go ahead and self-destruct to no one. Up until recently, they didn't have Pokemon battles that you can do with, like, actual people or anything like that. It's just literally within the last month or so that they just added that, right? So the main core mechanic of Pokemon was just catching, and then they did have the sort of the gym badge, or not the gym badge, sorry, the gym feature where you can place your Pokemon in gyms and you can battle other trainers. There are other Pokemon that left their Pokemon there, and the battle system was very rudimentary and whatnot. They've refined it a little bit better now, but in general that was the main form of battling. So the main thing you would do is just catch your Pokemon and level them up. And now in this game they've expanded on that more, made catching, you know, very prominent in the game. So the point I'm trying to get at is, you know, Pokemon mainly when it comes to, I guess, the competitive aspect or the cooperative? Maybe not cooperative. But the main thing you would do against, the main thing you do with Pokemon when it comes to interactions with other people is battle, right? You know, you have VGC, you have online battles, you have all this stuff. It's just been mainly battle-oriented. The battle system is very high caliber, high tech, very deep, very easy to get into at first, but it's very difficult to master because of all the different mechanics and stuff that I've talked about, like, you know, IVs, EVs, abilities, all that kind of stuff, right? But with you know, this game and Pokemon Go, I've been wondering if maybe they can start some sort of side competitive thing where rather the focus being on catching Pokemon and less about battling is maybe what they can do, because it's sort of an interesting concept, I think, to have, you know, one part of your fan base that specifically does Pokemon battles. That's your hardcore, your main demographic where you have your main series games, because that's mainly what you do in those games. But then now you have this branching path with Pokemon Let's Go and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, Pikachu, where you still have the battle part, but most of it is, you know, on catching and stuff. And I feel like they can sort of, like, refine that a lot more. And by that I mean, like, they can add a lot more different mechanics to the catching. So, like, in terms of making it, like, a more competitive thing. So it can be sort of like, I want to say like a sort of like, yeah, like a sport where it's sort of like you can have competitions where you release like these certain types of Pokemon that are really hard to catch, and traders can compete to try and catch them, and you can change up sort of how the qualifications for catching the Pokemon are, or maybe that's not the right way to put it, but basically make it so that like you can get extra points or something like that, some sort of extra pointing system. So like I've always wondered why when, for example, specifically in like Pokemon Go, I guess you can count it here as well, but in Pokemon Go, whenever you're trying to catch a Pokemon and let's say the Pokemon jumps, you manage to flick, you know, your Pokeball and you catch them as they jump, not when they attack. You know, it's different when they attack and they knock the Pokeball, but I mean when they're just jumping around or when they move to the side and you like preemptively throw the Pokeball or something like that. I've always wondered why you don't get like an extra bonus for doing that, or stuff like that. Or like, for example, it can do like some sort of mechanic where like whenever you are, you know, trying to catch a Pokemon, if you get him in a specific spot, so like I guess this would apply more to like bigger Pokemon, but maybe even to like something small like Eradicate, like if you manage to smack him in his teeth, because you know now everything's motion control, especially on the phone, you can swipe and aim pretty specifically. If you manage to smack Eradicate in his big old dumb teeth, that's kind of like his weak spot, so it makes him a little bit easier to catch or stuff like that, so you can aim at specific spots. So in general, make it so that catching takes a little bit more skill than just flicking your wrist or flicking a Pokeball, you know? That's what I'm trying to get at. And I feel like, you know, with Pokemon Let's Go and Pokemon Go, they can really capitalize on that. But my only concern is, you know, they'll be splitting up. Maybe their only concern is that they'll kind of be splitting up their fan base between those that want to battle and those that want to do this catching stuff, which might not even be something that people are interested in. And like, I don't know. I feel like Pokemon battling still has a big barrier of entry for people, because every generation it gets a lot easier, you know. They add in a lot of mechanics that make the game a lot easier for not just so much newer people, but even veterans to be able to train up their Pokemon to get like the perfect, you know, fighting Pokemon, right? Every game they make little things easier, a lot of quality of life changes to competitive battling, which is really appreciated, honestly. But even at that, I think it's still like the kind of thing that not a lot of people want to get into. Let's go ahead and switch. I want to eventually teach Madonna Thunderbolt, but I'll do that, I guess, in between episodes or right after this battle. Lost my train of thought for a second there. Yeah, even though they're adding all these stuff, I think it's still pretty hard for people to just get into it or even grasp the deep concepts of competitive battling, because there's just so much shit going on. Especially, like, in my opinion, for example, I can never personally get into VGC, be it either following it or competing in it, just because I don't like, one, the overuse of, like, all the legendaries and stuff is just too much of, like, a power creep. I think it's ridiculous, and it's not fun to just watch these ridiculously strong Pokemon go at it, and it's always the same type of Pokemon, right? I'm not really into that. Excuse me, but on top of that, let's go ahead and teach, Madonna Thunderbolt. Nope. So at least she has a decent enough move that she can use. I don't really think she can learn anything else. Yeah, Thunderbolt should be fine. I can get rid of Defense Curl, I guess. So at least she has a decent enough move. Maybe she can do something. Looking pretty solid now. We got at least a 25 and a 24. Team is rounding out a little bit stronger now. We're probably going to end up adding... gonna try to add a little bit more party members to our team. I think next episode I have to check if I'm even able to reach the Pokemon that I want, the next set of Pokemon that I want to catch. Let's go ahead and revive Arcanine, just so we have him around, just in case. And just give him a little bit of a potion. And I think now that he fainted, unfortunately, he's not gonna be out. Oh no, he's still gonna be out. But we'll take out Madonna again just because she looks fucking silly. And then we'll go ahead and use her, because we actually have not been using her at all. Just added her to the party and she's just been around. But yeah, as I was saying, think there was like a trainer here that I missed, but I guess not. As I was saying, I've just been giving a lot of thought to stuff like that. But I was saying about VGC. I just don't like the sort of crazy power creep that they have with all the crazy... Oh, this isn't good. This guy's gonna have like fighting type, which Madonna's not gonna be able to go through, I think. And I don't really like the double battles. I'm just really bad at double battles. That one's just my own fault. I'm just not very good at competing in double battles. So those are the two reasons why he really can't get into VGC personally, right? And I can see maybe for other people, they have, you know, maybe similar gripes, but then at the same time, they have to deal with all the other stuff. Like, they have to know all of these different Pokemon, all this other stuff that's going on. Right, Madonna's also a fairy type, so that's pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and switch her out, because she's not going to be able to do anything to this guy. Yeah, I guess let's go into Nido. And I don't know, I think it would be really cool to see a sort of different scene, you know, seeing people competing to catch Pokemon. They can make it a really good spectacle out of it. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about it too simply, or maybe the concept of itself, just catching Pokemon, is way too simple. But I feel like they can really expand on it and really make it into sort of like I want to say esport, but like, you know, something really pretty active, especially with the motion controls and stuff. It'll add an extra layer of like competition, because you gotta, you know, move around a little bit. There's a little bit more active than most games at the very least. They can really go ahead and, I would say, go ham more or less with that, because I think, granted, the motion controls in this game aren't great, but the motion controls on the Switch are pretty good in general. So if they can refine that a little bit more for catching, they can go pretty well. But again, that's just my quick thoughts on that. Maybe not so much quick, I feel like I rambled on for like half an hour about that, but it's just something I've been more or less thinking about a lot as this game has, you know, been out and as I've been playing it. And I just think it's something pretty interesting. Whether or not we'll actually go that route, we'll have to just wait and see. But let's go ahead and finish off taking on this Godin here. Godin's a very weird Pokemon when it comes to me, because I always see it and it always looks so stupid. But I actually kind of like Godin for whatever reason. I don't know what it is about Godin, but it just kind of intrigues me. I don't know. Maybe it's something about fish. I like eating fish. So maybe Godin just makes me really hungry. Maybe that's what it is. I don't really like eating small fish. I usually just generally eat salmon when I say I eat fish. It's just salmon, sushi tuna, and shrimp. I like crab and lobster, but I just don't really eat those as often because they're kind of expensive and somewhat hard to come by. Ooh, sweet! Poison jab. Hell yeah! I'm gonna get rid of the fucking poison sting. That's awesome. Stingmon learned poison jab. That's actually a really good move. It's got some stab. We can actually do some decent damage now with Stingmon. I don't have to use stupid ass Twin Needle. That's really awesome. Alright. And we also got Magikarp at level 18, so he's about to level up pretty soon. But we're going to make it over here to Route 10, finally. I feel like we've been stuck in Route 9, I think it was, that route there for a good long while. We got this water route here, which if you have Surf, or the secret technique for Surf, you can actually fly around. Ooh, a Fearow. I actually want to... No, not you. Not a Rattata-Tata-Tata-Tata. Give up on catching this Pokemon. Want to go ahead and catch this Fearow here, this giant-ass bird. Fearow's one of the Pokemon I actually was considering using in this playthrough. So I always had a fond liking for Fearow also, but he's an asshole, so I don't really want to use him right now. There's a different bird Pokemon that I actually want to use because of Pokemon Let's Go, but that's not going to be for a while. So let me go ahead and not spoil that. Of course, you're not going to get caught because you're a Jerkosaurus Rex. And you're just going to move around. I hate it when they do this. I think it's Zubat that does this a lot. There's a specific Pokemon that always does this, where it just goes left to right, and it's really impossible with this, with the Joy-Con, because the Joy-Con is the worst. The best way to play this game is with the handheld, as in like you take out the Switch from the dock, catch it there. Nope, missed my chance. You're gonna go to the left, aren't you? Caught it that way. Yeah, the best way to catch it is the best way, sorry, to play this is with the Switch taken out of the dock. It's really the only easy way that you can actually do anything. Because otherwise, this game is extremely hard to play with the Joy-Con, and he ran away. Alright, well, like I said, Spearow's an asshole. We're not even gonna bother with him anymore. I'll maybe catch one off camera. We're gonna run into some grunts here. Well, hey! You're the kid that's always getting in our way all the time. Oh shit, I'm surrounded. It's because of you that Team Rocket's reputation was totally smashed. We'll never be able to face the boss at this rate. Which means we'll have to take our revenge on you. Oh shit. Hold it. Smug ass Lapras. Ganging up on a child, I absolutely cannot forgive that. Well, you lady, we'll gang up and take you on too. I'll handle these three. Could you take that other one for me? Leave it to me. Good answer! And now then, let's go! The way that guy just looked at me was just freaking hilarious. Alright, let's go ahead and take on Rocket Grunt over here. Getting jumped by 4 Rocket drums. 4 Rocket Grunts, and then getting saved by freaking Hot Babe is a pretty good way to end off this episode. I was going to go into Rock Tunnel, but that's probably going to take a very long time, so I'll actually save that off for next episode of my rant on catching Pokemon and whatnot. Took way longer than I was expecting. Sorry about that. Hope that wasn't too boring and was a little more, I guess, insightful than boring is my goal, please. Let me know, if anything, down in the comments below what you think about any of that. I can't believe that this thing is paralyzed, but it's still faster than me. Wow, Donna, you are one slow little puffball. Can't even go for the paraflinch because you're just way too slow. Okay, I'm just gonna switch out. Go ahead and use Stinkmon's new poison jab, just so that at the very least Madonna can get up to level 20. I know you're very hard. I know I had previously said I wasn't going to evolve her, but I think I might actually end up evolving her to Wigglytuff somewhere down the line, just so that she's a little bit stronger. I think she'd be this weak. I think it'd be this hard to go through the game with a Jigglypuff. I guess I'm already going with an Eevee who's not fully evolved, so I probably should be fine skipping out on Madonna evolving, or not evolving, or whatever. What if the boss hears about this? Jeez, kid, just how strong are you? Even 3 of us rushing you wasn't enough. Those incredibly powerful Ice-type Pokemon. Who are you? I am Lorelei of the Pokemon's Elite Four. Shall I freeze you all solid, too? Elite Four? We surrender! You're a pretty talented trainer. It was plain to see during your battle. I see, you're collecting gym badges. I look forward to when you challenge the Pokemon League. Until then, see ya! God, she's so hot. Yeah, stay fresh!
Who's that Pokemon?
Golduck.